We traded 30,000 SPX 0DTE trades using AI and robots. Let's show you what worked. My wife and I trade together every single day. She's a former banker and successful house flipping investor. I started and sold 2 internet companies. I retired at age 42. I'm an attorney. Most importantly, I'm a professional gambler. Our motto on our channel is math makes money. Let me explain how. Welcome to part 3. Now we're going to show you what we do with 20 million back tests every single week. Each week we get the results of 20 million back tests from AI. Then we use AI to massage the numbers. We do a manual review. We send it through AI again, and we do a final review. Let me show you how. Once we run these back tests, we get a detailed trade log that shows every single trade, when it was done, when it was exited out, and the profit and loss, and all kinds of other information. We run all that through AI to analyze all 20 million trades weekly. As you might imagine, it took us a long time, almost a year, to train AI to do the results that we want. But each strategy will return 96,600 trades, and AI takes these trades and builds a summary database. Then AI performs 22 calculations for us using each 1-minute group. Now, for this presentation, I only used 7 minutes to make it a little simpler for me to keep track of it. It took us about a year to train AI how to take all that 20 million back trade results every single week and to put it into an organizational spreadsheet that we can use to analyze the trades. Now, for purposes of this presentation, I only had it look at every 7 minutes, but you can see all the data that it looks at every single week on the right-hand column. Once we get that data, we run it through AI again just to make sure that we have all the data and organized exactly the way we want it. Again, this validation test takes quite a bit of time to do. It took us over a year to build it, but it's really important to make sure that the data that you have is valid. Otherwise, you might be making a gigantic mistake when you put on trades. A quick note about software. We use Options Omega to do all of our back testing. Options Omega is what we think is the best back testing software out there. We've tried a lot of them. If you want to get a 50% coupon, we have that in our YouTube channel and every single one of our videos. Just click on it, you get 50% off. They give us $15. We give that to the Humane Society to help dogs, cats, and all kinds of pets. So if you want to help dogs and cats and all kinds of pets, buy Options Omega at 50% off using our coupon. Also, if you want to see the type of chat that we're using, we use the $20 version of ChatGPT. We used to always use 4.0. It was great. They went over to 5.1. It was terrible. We went back to 4.0. Just last week, they came out with 5.2. By the time you read this, watch this, probably up to 6.9 or whatever. But at 5.2, we actually like that one better. So now we're using 5.2. After we get the gigantic trade logs for each combo, we put that into AI. It kicks out a spreadsheet. Then we manually look at it and validate it. Then we send it back to AI for complete validation. Then it sends it back to us, and it gives us the spreadsheet you see here. We get one of these for each of the 200 combinations that we do. Then what we've got to do is we're going to have AI build that into a trade strategy in the next chapter. That's the end of chapter 3. Now, if anything you've learned in this with this free information is of value to you, we'd sure appreciate it if you hit the subscribe and like button. Let's get ready to go on to chapter number 4. We should have a link right here so you can just click to it. Okay, last slide, we're going to say bye-bye. If any of this free information has been of any value to you, we'd really appreciate it if you could go on to our YouTube channel, Rob and Maria Trading. And if you could subscribe and hit like to any of the videos you've seen, we'd really appreciate it. On that channel, we do tell you a great detail how we trade SPX. We go a lot of stock trades. My wife, Maria, she does a lot of trades in both options and stocks, earnings trades especially. And she's very, very successful doing that, more successful than me, actually. And then Tyler, my son, he's 30 years old. He started his fund 3 or 4 months ago. He's up 10% every single month. He does primarily the wheel strategy, and he does a lot of day trading scalps on the NQs, and he can show you how he does that. At any rate, we have a lot of fun on our channel, but it is very serious. Everything we do is based on math. Remember, trade with your heart, trade with your head, not with your heart. Trade small, trade often, and math makes money. You have a great trading day.